I would just like to let everybody know, as I told Vince yesterday, as he is well aware, that yesterday I almost died.
Oh, God, yes.
I did. I almost died yesterday. Some of you may have tuned into the site today and found no updates or anything and never would have again because I would have croaked. Because I was sideswiped on the freeway. So if Carl Stern is listening, I need some law enforcement help here. I was driving on the freeway and a man in a very large black truck decided that he was going to merge into my lane without my permission. I don't know what the word is. But he merged into me, basically. He merged into my car.
Yeah.
Knocking me into another lane. This was in the middle of rush hour, and we were not stopped. We were going rather fast, 50 miles an hour probably up this hill. And I thought, Jesus, I was just sideswiped. And thankfully I was not killed and nobody else was killed. So I proceeded to merge over to the right because there was an off-ramp coming up. And I went to exit the freeway with my blinker on slowly to give the man plenty of time to merge off after me so that we could exchange insurance information, that sort of thing. And he proceeded to fly past the exit. So I was halfway up the off-ramp, and I turned the wheel to the left and went down the little hill right there where you, I guess, an emergency exit off the off-ramp, and I attempted to give chase to this man. And I did give chase for a few moments until he weaved his way in and out of traffic, and I unfortunately lost him. My one chance to catch this man, and I failed. I failed, Vince.
Sorry, Holmes.
But the good news is I was not killed. My car suffered slightly less damage than I had thought it would, because when he hit my car, I was hit so hard I thought the frame was going to fall off and both tires would have popped, and I would have been sitting there like with merely my seat, the steering wheel, and two wheels tilted sideways on the freeway. And no, there were some dents in the side of my car, but I guess really there ain't much more to say. I escaped the jaws of death last night.
You did.
Barely.
That's good. The whole story sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's a shitty world. And
then we went to Sonny's Halloween party, at which point I completely fell off the wagon.
Oh, yes.
My plans to never drink again, especially after what had happened earlier in the evening, I thought, you know what? If God didn't take me here, he's not taking me tonight. So What the hell? I might as well go for it.
And go for it, you did.
And go for it, I did. And luckily I took my own advice from last time, and I had a lot of food afterwards, drank a lot of water. Yeah. And I woke up today at 11:30 a.m., well rested, really. Felt fine, took a couple aspirins, and I'm totally ready to go.
Woohoo!
No ill effects, except my car's got a gigantic, enormous dent in the side. So
that sucks.
If you're the man in the black truck, I don't know what kind of truck it is. I didn't get the license plate number. That's why I gave chase. If you're that man, you're a dick. Is there anything more I can really say?
No.
I'm much calmer about the situation than I probably should be, but all I can think is there ain't nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it. He's long gone. He could be in Tijuana now for all I know. He could be living next door, but he's long gone. And the only thing that makes me feel any better is, as I mentioned last night, I was in a small Sophia. Well, it's not really a shitty car, but compared to his car, it's a pretty shitty car. And he was in a giant monster truck-sized beast-like machine. Mm-hmm. And he fled from me in terror.
And what you were going to do to him?
I don't know. I don't know what he thought I was going to do to him. I shouldn't have mentioned it was a Halloween party and I was wearing a leather jacket and a bandana, and I probably looked
and you're a Mexican.
Like I might have a firearm. So there was probably pretty good reason for him to flee, but he did. He fled like a coward. And he needs to live the rest of his days with that cowardice etched upon his forehead.
Poder.
Really, what more is there to say? He's a coward, and he must live with that forever. He's a failure. He did not merge off the freeway to make amends for what he'd done, ramming into my car on the freeway. He just went on his merry way, quickly, fleeing.
Hopefully God will strike him down.
Yeah, so anyway, I just thought I'd get that off my chest. Carl, if you're listening, that's the sort of law-breaking we have up here in Seattle, and I wish you'd been around to give chase, but what can you do? So anyway, what's the point of this? Why are we even here today?
Because we're doing a SmackDown and OVW.
I really just
Discussion.
wanted to rant, but I suppose...
I guarantee you most people would rather hear you rant than talk about a SmackDown show that's a day old already.
And this was such a lame rant, too.
Yes, well, that's because you ranted your heart out yesterday.
I did. It's too bad that I did not get blindsided or sideswiped and immediately come home to do this show, because the vitriol that I spewed last night was... I was so irate. But...
It was a thing of beauty to behold.
Yeah, but I'm better now. What can you do?
Yeah, sorry.
I escaped with my life, so I'm looking at things on the bright side. I savor each...
Even when I picked you up like 10 minutes later, 10, 15 minutes later, you were still way calmer than I could comprehend.
Yeah, I didn't really get that upset. I wasn't really upset about it, because once it happened, I just knew there's nothing I can do. There's no reason to shorten my lifespan by stressing over this. I'll just rant and rave and scream at Vince, and I'll feel a little bit better. And I did rant and rave at you a bit, and you're lucky because you did call.
Yes.
I got to tell this story, too, very quickly. Moments. This was literally 3 minutes after getting sideswiped on the freeway. I get a call from Vince. I was supposed to meet Vince at South Center at 7 o'clock to carpool. So, literally moments later, Vince calls. And, actually, I hung up on you. I said,
You did.
I'm dealing with the situation. I'll call you back. And I hung up.
Yep.
So then I called you back a few moments later, and I said, what's up? And you said, you're not going to believe this story, Bryan.
But I'm going to tell you anyway.
But I'm going to tell you anyway. Go ahead and tell the story.
I was at a party with my co-workers for people who were leaving, and we were in a bar, and the clock in the bar was slow.
Clock in the... He said, I thought it was 6:40, and it's now 7.
Yes.
20 minutes slow, you're telling me.
Yes.
Okay, and the thing that really struck me was it was Friday night during rush hour at 6:40, and I thought, you really thought leaving at 6:40 you'd make it here by 7?
Well, there's that too.
All right. But luckily, like I said, you were only the second dumbest person that I had to deal with that day, and the first dumbest person nearly killed me, so you really got off easy last night. And you saved my life at the end of the night, too, by getting me
Well, that's true,
pretty much home. So, but yeah, I was about to talk about something else, but I totally forgot what it was, so we're just going to get off the subject until for now.